Today is Sunday. It is the first Sunday of the year 2025. It is January 5, 2025. The time is 5:56 in the afternoon. Happy New Year to you guys. I hope you guys had a blast during the New Year's Eve and your fingers are still complete. Your body is intact. And I hope you were able to spend a good holidays with your folks and loved ones and friends. Just a moment. So right now what we're gonna do is we're obviously gonna do some unboxing, unpacking, unwrapping of two packages that we have right here in front of us. We obviously again ordered this from Shopee, and this one came in sooner, in less than a week, and this one came in about 8 days, which is okay. I think 7 days if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna go ahead and open them. Let's start with this one here. Now before we open that, let's go ahead and make a quick shout out to our seller, which is Amity Mall, if you guys can see that. Okay, and before we open this, obviously we're gonna have to make a decision to choose whether we're gonna use our ABC knife right there on the left, or should we use the red scissor, our red scissors back, our red scissor on the left. Take your pick. And we made our decision. We'll go ahead and use our red scissor because we have missed using the red scissor. And again, when you're using sharp or pointy objects, it could be a knife, a scissor, or a blade. Remember your alphabet, ABC. Always be careful. So we're gonna go ahead and cut along this side. What we have here is actually a fuel or a gas line filter. Let me open this package right here. Comes with a Ziploc bag, a Ziploc baggie, and this thing is made of plastic and glass, and I think that one is steel. We're gonna I'm gonna go ahead and open it so you guys can see. You can simply unscrew this by doing lefty loosey. Here we go, and there we go, lefty loosey. There we go. So this is the filtering element. Okay, so well, there's also an o-ring, which is good. So if example, so this one here is made of glass. The cylinder is made of glass, so be careful with that. So what happens is you're gonna use this on your gas line, on your fuel hose. So from one end to one end. Let's see here. So I'm guessing this is the in and this is the out. So the fuel goes in and then it gets filtered by this thing right here. Or maybe this is the in. Yeah, this is the in. There should be an indicator, but I don't see any. Yeah, I'm not seeing any indicator whether which side is in or out. But my bet is that the in goes here, then the out goes here, because the fuel will then go through that filter and then it goes out right here. So you're from your gas tank, or you're from a gas reservoir. There should be a fuel line or a fuel hose that goes here, goes in here, and out over here, wherein the fuel gets filtered over this one right here. Do you guys get the idea? I may not be making sense, but the mechanics out there would know what I'm talking about. Okay, so we have two of these. Again, instead of just buying one and paying for shipping, I might as well order more than one. In this case, I bought two. So we'll be using this for Aphrodite or Yamaha Jog Aprio Type 2, and the other one is for Maxine. I mean for Suesan, our Yamaha S4. Okay, so that will be our first two items. Two fuel filters. Okay, washable, cleanable fuel filters. Now let's move over to our second package. Our second package, the seller's name is, where is that? Here we go. It only says Douglas. Let me zoom. There, it says Douglas. And from outside, you can see what's inside. You can see the listing of the items inside. Let me zoom for you. There you go. Let's go ahead and open this. So what are we going to use? Are we going to use the EDC knife on the right, or should we use the red
What are you
scissor
doing?
on the left? Take your pick. And we made our decision. This time we'll be using our EDC knife. Again, repeating the alphabet. Always be careful, okay, when you're using sharp or pointy objects. This time we're using our EDC. Okay, so here we go. We have several items inside this package. The first item that we picked up is we have a fuel hose, okay, a fuel line hose. So this hose we'll be using obviously for our fuel. That's why it's called the fuel hose. So this is how it should look like. Here's your hose. You stick this in here. You guys see that? You stick that in there, and then out comes the other side. All right. But we're not gonna do that right now. I just showed it to you for demo. And we also have a filter. This is a like a disposable filter. Because this thing right here comes in a package. What do I mean by that? When you order this item right here, it comes with a filter and some hose clips. So I'm trying to open the filter right here that comes with it. We're not going to be using this, but just so you know. So this is the filter. It is a disposable filter. You can tell because the filter is only made of paper. Okay. So it's the same concept. You stick one hose on one end and out the other. All right, and then once you stick that in, you can use this hose clips so that your hose will be snug and fit. So we have 4 hose clamps. There we go. It fits right there, pretty good. And since we're not gonna use that disposable filter, we'll be using it on the filter that we just opened a while ago. So put this right here. So again, we have the hose, we have the disposable filter, and we have the hose clamps. Now along with that, we also have a fuel cock. Okay, what does a fuel cock do? First we gotta open this. Here we go. This is a tool or a part wherein you can shut on, did I say it right, for you to turn on or off the gas line. What does that mean? Example, so the gas line goes through here, it goes through here, and it goes out right here. So if you want to stop the fuel from flowing, then you're simply gonna have to put this thing to switch into off. To do that, you're just gonna have to point it to the off position. There you go. So you switch it between on and off. So right now it's pointing at the off position, so that means no fuel will come in or out of this. But if you want your fuel to go back on to flow, you simply switch it back to on. There you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now you see it says here fuel. On the other side it also says fuel. So it's safe to put it on the off position. That way when you assemble it, the fuel will come rushing out. Okay, so that's our second item. Well, not really second item. So we have one item, we have the hose, we have the disposable filter and the hose clamps, and we have the fuel cock. All right, and the next thing we have is we have some manifold rubbers. All right, this will go to your carburetor and your manifold. Well, what does that mean? Hold up, this thing looks damaged. Or not. I guess not. Anyway, so this one is, let me show you how that one's gonna work. So remember the last time we have unboxed this filters right here for the carburetor, and we also have this they call it velocity. So what you do is you let me just show this for you. So you slide the this thing right here, slide it in, Then make that circular motion so that it'll be tucked in, if you get what I'm saying. There we go. So now there goes your filter. Okay, there goes your filter. And then here's your carburetor. This is the carburetor that we also got from Shopee. This is the Hihi 20. What's the size of this thing right here? This is the size 30 PWK. There we go, Hihi 30 PWK by Sadco. So this thing goes over here. Okay, let me loosen up the bolt so that we can slap it on. There we go. So it's got bolts on it, 3 bolts. So you just put it right there. See? That way your carburetor gets protected from unwanted particles going in your carburetor and inside your engine. You don't want that from happening. So it's you know, advisable to get yourself a filter like this one, unless you don't mind getting your carburetor and your engine messed up because you don't put any filters on. So that's why we have this thingy-majingy right here. Okay, anyway, going back, so this is the carburetor and this is your rubber manifold. So you're gonna have to stick this right there. Okay, hold up, let me remove this and let me see. There we go. Did you hear that? Did you hear that pop? That means it's in place, it's in position. So there, and then all you have to do is to tighten up this clamps, and then this end right here goes to the other end of the engine manifold or the carburetor manifold. So this thing is the one that connects you to your engine, the rubber manifold adapter and the manifold itself, which is usually made of aluminum. Okay, and then we're gonna try the other manifold if it fits. This is the usual tube type, but we have also this kind, depending on the type of manifold that you're using. So this I'll be using for Suesan, because Suesan uses a different type of manifold. And since this carburetor, the size 30 actually goes to Suesan, so this carburetor should fit right here. So we're gonna have to remove this thing right here. Just have to slide and pop it off. There you go. And then you put this thing right here. Now you may have noticed that this thing has 2 clamps. Well, this one doesn't, but this thing has eye holes right here, if you should call it eye holes, wherein this thing gets screwed onto the aluminum manifold. So this thing, you just the same thing, you're just gonna have to pop it in. Let me do that right here. There we go. Didn't make too much sound, but that's how it looks like. Okay, so it's now popped in, and then you can, you know, just install it and use it. So this is how it should look like, just so you would have a better idea by looking at it. If you're a visual person like I am, let me show you real quick. So tighten up the screws a bit right here and down here. So there, and then I think this is the fuel line. So let's take this thing off. Then there goes your hose. You see that? And then we have the filter. So this is the out. So you stick this right there. All right. So the other hose, let's just pretend, just for pretend, okay? So here's the other hose. Okay, that's the other hose. So we've already established that this line right here goes to the carburetor, okay? So the other hose, on the other hand, this is the end of the other hose now, and then there goes the fuel cap. There we go. So now you have total control, and this one over here goes to your gas reservoir or your gas tank. That makes sense? So the gas goes through here, okay? Then you turn this thing on to the on position. The gas goes through the hose and then into the filter. and then the other hose, after going through the filter, it then goes to your carburetor. Do you imagine that right now? I sure hope you do. But yeah, that's the concept of it. Okay, and then yeah, that's about it. So let me remove all these things together and put it back. Okay, so that's what we have right now. We have unboxed our 2 glass filters, washable, non-disposable filters, unless you want to dispose it. And our second package, we have the where are they? Oh, here we go. So we have the fuel hose together with the disposable filter and the hose clamps. The hose clamps, here we go. The hose clips, whatever you want to call it. There we go. Can you see that? Hold up. There we go. Let me show you. Zoom that for you. There we go. So the hose clamps or the hose clips, and then we have the fuel cock, the on-off fuel cock, or the gatekeeper, if you want to call it that way. And we also have the rubber manifold adapters for our carburetor going to the manifold. Alright, so that's it for our unboxing. Again, you guys, thank you so much for watching my videos from start to finish. And always, please support my channel by hitting like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, that way you'll be informed or aware if I have any new contents coming up. Also, please engage. I'd love to hear what you have in mind. Write down in the comment section below. I'll go ahead and read them. If you have any questions, I'll go ahead and answer them if I can. And I do hope that we'll have our New Year's moto camping soon. I was supposed to do a year-end moto camping last 24th of December, but I failed to do that because I've been a bit busy. I do hope you guys are okay with that, but we're gonna do our moto camping soon, most likely somewhere in the north. Okay, again, you guys, thank you so much. Happy New Year, happy 2025. More blessings to come and more solo moto camping to come soon. Thank you, you guys. Bye now. Peace.